Hello and welcome to Timekeeper Training 2025. I'm Chief Deputy Bergmeier with the Iowa Athletic Commission. Today we're going to be going over the essential tools that you need, as well as providing you with some skills that'll help you become an efficient timekeeper for mixed martial arts. First, we're going to start with what you need. So it's important that you have two stopwatches. The first one, you're going to be keeping track of the rounds. Just a little bit of a tip, and I'll put this also out in docs as well. But the rounds are going to generally consist of 3 rounds for amateur bouts, consisting of 3-minute rounds. A lot of times promotions will do title fights, and there'll be 5 rounds, also at 3 minutes apiece for the amateurs. The professionals are going to be 5-minute rounds, generally 3 rounds. Occasionally promotions will do title fights, and those will be 5 rounds. So the first stopwatch is being used to keep track of the rounds, the times for the rounds, and then also the 1-minute rest period in between. The other stopwatch is in the case of a foul. You'll start this on the referee's command. Just as you will with your first stopwatch, you'll start the round on the referee's command. If there is a foul, the referee will indicate that, and you will start the second stopwatch at that point. The next thing that you are going to need is going to be the wood clackers. During the round, once you get to the 10-second mark, you will hit the 10-second mark on your stopwatch, or see that, and then you will hit the clackers, is what it's going to sound like. And then the last, during the bout round, you will also hear, or also have with you, an air horn. So once you hit the 10-second clacker, this signifies to the referee. It tells him that there's 10 seconds left in the round. And then also you will hear, or you will use your air horn, and that is going to be like this. And that indicates the end of the round. Now, during the 1-minute rest period, you will start your stopwatch for 1 minute, and you will have your whistle in front of you. During that time period, once you get to the 10 seconds remaining for the 1-minute rest period, you will blow your whistle. This is going to tell the referee and the inspectors that it's time to remove all the corners, the coaches, from the rest period inside of the cage. They will start exiting all of those, the coaches' corners that are inside of the cage during that rest period at that 10-second mark, and then you will wait until the referee is ready to start the next round. You'll have your stopwatch in hand. A lot of times the referees are going to look. They'll make sure the judges are seated where they're positioned. They will look at the timekeeper. A lot of times what I used to do when I was a timekeeper is I would just kind of put my hand up and show them that I've got my stopwatch ready to go. And then once the referee says fight, you will start your stopwatch again for the next round. So to recap for timekeeper training, the items that are needed are going to be 2 stopwatches, your wooden clackers, the air horn. I would suggest having 2 tops and also a fresh container as well, fresh can. You're going to need your whistle. And then generally speaking, I'll usually have a fight card, a custom fight card for the timekeepers, but I would also have some scratch paper and pens if needed. Those are going to be the main things that you guys are going to need as timekeepers. So, and also just as a reminder, when you are starting the bout, you're waiting for the referee's signal to begin the fight. And that's when you're going to start your stopwatch. You will, at the 10-second mark, you're going to use your wooden clackers. Usually, again, it's going to be 3 like that. And then at the end of the round, once you get through that 10-second mark, your next thing is going to be to grab your air horn and get ready to do that. And then you will blow in the horn. Here's as a reminder for it. And then that ends the round. Now, during the rest period, you're going to start your stopwatch again. You're going to begin that. That's going to be the 1-minute time frame for the rest period. Once there's 10 seconds remaining, again, as a reminder, you're going to grab your whistle. And then you're going to just wait until that point gets to the end. And then you'll let the referee know that the 10-second mark and the full 1-minute rest has come to a conclusion. One kind of confusing part about this is Sometimes timekeepers in the past have blown the air horn at the end of the fight if it's stopped early before the end of the 3 minutes or the 5 minute round. I don't suggest doing that. The only time that the air horn should be blown is to indicate the end of a round. Things can happen where a timekeeper slips off and hits it, when it's not needed, or they think that the fight is going to be ended and then they hit it. It just becomes confusing. So the only time that you're going to use that air horn is to indicate the end of a round. So in closing, I would just like to say, just to remind you, that it's very important that a timekeeper is paying attention to the bout, to the referee, to the athletic commission, and also to their stopwatch. Attention to detail is going to be kind of the key point of doing a great job as a timekeeper for these mixed martial arts and other combat sports events. There should be no guests sitting next to a timekeeper, as that could take away from some of the focus. We never want to see a fight go beyond its scheduled rounds in minutes and time. And we also want to make sure that the timekeeper is keeping track of the rest period, not cutting it short, not forgetting to start the stopwatch, and also not making it last too long. So I hope you've all enjoyed this training video for Timekeeper Training 2025 from the Iowa Athletic Commission.